Warning! The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control like that over their behavior while I am live streaming, unlike my regular videos where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can, and even then. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises or just hate the sound of, what is it, smoke detectors that need batteries changed, or garbage trucks in an alley, or that noise, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited, pre-recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. There we are. I swear, I think that he really has gotten to the point where once I start reading that script, he wakes up because he was sleeping. He was all quiet this entire time until I started reading the disclaimer, and then time to wake up. Time to wake up. Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on. Let me get my baby wipe here because we are in the office, and and it's still muggy out. And no matter how much I try to prep, by putting on the AC for a bit and letting it run and make sure that the air is coming into the office. Yeah, I guess what it is. I guess it's just something about going live that I guess kind of like raises my temperature a bit. And it's like, I don't know. And then it's like, oh, it's time to sweat. It's time for sweat, and it's time for the bird to start making noises. So, oh my goodness. So let's see who's joining me in the chat. Hey, Rue. Hello, Rue. It's just that, yes. And I see you, my beautiful eyeball people, watching me sweat from regions beyond. If you're joining me from Facebook, come on over to YouTube. Join Rue in the chat. Keep him company. And it's a lot easier for us to hang out on YouTube than it is on Facebook because sometimes Facebook just has a tendency to like act up, and I haven't had that issue with YouTube so far. So there you go. So join me on YouTube. Oh, hello, Efrain. Hello. And while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of my shows go live. So because Efrain is here and he's already ready to ring the bell. Hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
With a few exceptions, the characters on this program are weird and peculiar and not to be trusted.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter later on this year with the first trade paperback to the new story arc Tears of the Mother, which we will continue working on the cover to that volume on today's show. So it will be back. It's going to collect issues 1 through 4 of this 8-issue limited series. So yes, I said that. So it'll be released later on this year. So keep an eye out for that. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy drama, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn. Which finished its Kickstarter about 2 weeks ago. Thank you so much. Was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, about a week, 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. So I just want to thank everybody who pledged to the campaign. I should be getting a lot of the items in this week. So hopefully by next week, by next week and the first week of August, I'll be able to start shipping books out. So thank you, everybody who's pledged to the campaign. And so hopefully by Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty much by the 31st, I can start getting everything together and get all your books out to you. And I am also a co-host with Nita Lanning on the Rage Into the Vlogs show every Monday and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern on the Indie Comics Network. So in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at theegoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos, almost like 600 videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel here at Daphne Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network as well. So like I said before, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of my shows or any of the shows on Indie Comics Network goes live. It's all the shows are pretty much about indie comics, independent artists, and we're just doing our thing online. So an Indie Comics Network is where you can kind of see a whole bunch of them in one place, including here. So let's see. Oh, hello, HR. Hello. Oh, and hello, George. Hello. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah. Oh, let me see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Let's see. Oh, everything is oh my stickers. I got but we'll get that out of the mailbox later. So a lot going on. Like I said, I'm just like slowly getting in all the stuff for all my oh, thank you, HR. Thank you. Yes, it's like thank you. I say I dress very well. Yes, that whole mid-century modern look with the Hawaiian shirts, or at least I don't know what they call these. They're not necessarily Hawaiian shirts, but I guess they're just based on Hawaiian shirts. But thank you, HR. Flattery gets you everywhere. So I'm just waiting for all these bits and bobs to come in. For the campaign, for the Eagle Raven campaign. I got my boxes. I got a couple of the stickers. Actually, I have another pack of stickers that just arrived. That's in the mailbox, but we'll worry about that later. That's mostly just more promo stickers. So yeah, so I guess just to show you what I got in right now. So if for those of you who supported both Eagle Raven and the Nightwolf campaign, so these are the stickers you're going to be getting along with an art print. So these are in. So if you supported both those campaigns, you're going to get the special sticker from both our campaigns. So that came in. I love the way they came out. Love it. And also, if you supported Sky of Thorns, the fantasy novel, the new adult fantasy novel that was also available on my campaign, if you bought Eagle Raven and Sky of Thorns, you will also this is the crossover sticker that you will also be getting with that, along with a print as well. So I'm just really happy with how these came out. Actually, they came really fast. Usually, Sticker App takes a couple of weeks, but no, it's like it wasn't that long ago I ordered these. I don't remember when exactly I ordered them. I think it was on Sunday. It was on Sunday I ordered everything. No, Friday night I ordered it, and I just got these today. So. And they're coming from Sweden. So that is the thing that I'm a little surprised by. Also, another thing that I wanted to test out, that Sticker App, was something that I was like looking into doing. Because I wanted to come up with something, because right now I use washi tape when I put the books in their bags and boards. I use washi tape to close it. But I was playing around with trying to figure out like if I could find like kind of like a more customizable solution without having to go out and like get customized washi tape. I'm not quite ready to make that commitment for it. But Sticker App, I was looking at their catalog, and they had low tack vinyl So I thought that I would just make like these little promo stickers that I'm going to use these to close the I don't have it, like just the comic book bag, and and just seal it so that it's like, hey, it's kind of like a cute little customizable thing, right? And because it's low tack, it should peel off really easily. um so so it's like, it's not like you have to rip the sticker in order to get into the bag, to get the book. You could just peel off the sticker, and then you have another sticker to put somewhere. Everybody loves stickers, right? So I'm gonna try these out. I only ordered enough for the campaign, just to see how it how it works out. And because if it does, I'm going to start I'm going to like start doing that from now on. I didn't think they were that much expensive. That they were that much expensive than than any other sticker. And it's a nice little promo thing. Like I said, people can reuse them because it's low tack. And yeah, and I just think it looks nice. It's going to look. The book is going to look really nice in the bag if it's sealed with something that's a little bit more, you know, that's a little more on brand, than if I was just using the washi tape. So I was really happy to get these. So I'm just waiting now. Well, for the actual books, I'm supposed to be getting the trade paperbacks tomorrow. Um, the individual comics that I sold on the campaign, those I think should be coming in. They should be coming in also before the 31st. I kind of tried to time everything to get to deliver before the 31st, so that August I'm definitely shipping everything out. So yeah, and then what else? Oh yeah, and then there's like the little like promotional bits and bobs. Like I reprinted some bookmarks, because if you're going to read a trade paperback, you need bookmarks. um what is it, if yeah, so it's like bookmarks, the postcards, the art prints. Those should be coming in soon as well. I just noticed on the website where I got those printed that they produced a tracking number, so hopefully by Friday, because they're in Jersey, so hopefully by Friday or Monday I should be getting everything. um Although unfortunately, I think one of the stickers that I need in that order is coming from California. So that might take a little bit longer, but I'm hoping everything gets here by the 31st at worst. So we're definitely on in progress with the campaign. Also, if you backed the last Oswald campaign, which is the first volume, the first part of My Time with Clive, those books are kind of sort of in. We only got half the order. It seems that the other half got lost in the print facility itself, because I think it never shipped. Um, Even though the box itself, it's written that it's box 2 of 2, we never got the first box, and the shipping label has no indication that there was a second box. So I had to like go back to mix them and kind of like go a little bit back and forth with them. And we finally got the new books ordered, the remainder books ordered. So we should be getting those hopefully by next week as well. So yeah, Oswald is on the table right now. So Jose should be packing that up, at least what he can, with the half of the order over the weekend, so we can start getting those books out. And then following him, then Eagle Raven will start going out. So it's just one campaign after the other. And speaking of campaigns one after the other, so the next campaign that I have coming up, something a little different. This is actually, it's kind of like a return to my first campaign that I ever run on Kickstarter. So it is the return of House of Bob. These are the sketchbooks, and Mondo Bondo. These are both sketchbooks. For obvious reasons, I cannot open these on the air. Well, maybe I can give you a peek. Maybe I can kind of give you a peek. Like this one's a little mild. Well, let's start from the beginning. So so House of Bob is my erotic furry sketchbook. And I finally came up with a format that I want to do for all my sketchbooks from here on in. So as you can see, it is perfect bound. This one is about, I think, like 42. I think like 42 images inside, about 42 images, pages. And yeah, and and this is going to be the first sketchbook of this series. And I decided, along with House of Bob, that I'm going to do that. I did a remaster of a sketchbook that I put out back in '97 through comic book shops, believe it or not. So this book has been out of print since '97. And yeah, so I decided to put together a we'll make that quick. I won't tell if you won't. Well, we put, and I realized it's like, look, so I put together a new version of that sketchbook in the same format, so that when you have them on your shelf, they're all nice and together. And just I recolored them. Recolored the covers, just kind of tweaked it a bit and just put it in a nicer format, perfect bound, glossy cover, the whole thing. Well, yes, Afraid, yes. Like I said, I won't tell if you won't. And so this campaign launches on August 19th. The link is in the show notes and in the chat. And not only that, but if you ever wanted to get a commission from me, this is the campaign you're going to be able to do it. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of original art options on the campaign. You can get, there's going to be levels that just have you can get random sketches from me. And then there's going to be levels that you can get custom artwork from me. So you have, so if you want artwork from me, this is the campaign to get it on. I've also been putting together, because I like the way these books came out so much. I had some previous sketchbooks. These were more G-rated. These are G-rated sketchbooks. I had them out. They were more for my Patreon at the time. And it was just like something that I was doing from around like 2014 to 17. Was it? Yeah, about 2014 to 2017. I was like trying to put together. I had released a couple of sketchbooks that was available on my website, and and it's like, and a couple of them have been out of print for a while. So I liked the format so much of these that I decided to reissue those sketchbooks in this format. And not only that, the sketchbooks are going to be color coded. Me and Nita were working on this idea. We're kind of workshopping this idea. So, and actually, I kind of got the idea from a novelist who sells her book like independently. She's an independent romance author, and she sells her books literally out of her house. She has a bindery. She turned her garage into a bindery, so she's able to do like all sorts of custom options on her books. And one of the things that she did was she color coded her novels. So her novels, so you could tell from the color like how spicy the book is. And I thought, oh, that's a pretty good idea that I should probably do with the sketchbook. So like I said, me and Nita kind of workshopped it. So I have like I have 3 pretty much G-rated sketchbooks that will also be available on this campaign if I get them done in time. Because I have to reformat everything. And the G-rated books are going to have white covers. So where here you have black border because this is the NC-17. This is the NC-17, I guess, color that we chose. So the G-rated is going to be the white covers. So when you have them together on a shelf, you could tell right off the bat. You can tell right off the bat which which books are safe to show people and which are not. So G-rated is going to be white. PG-13 we chose yellow for that book. NC-17 is going to be the black spine, and there is one more level. We do have the X-rated, which I haven't put together, so I do have something in progress, but it's going to take me a while to finish that book. That one's going to have that's going to have the red spine. So it's going to look really nice when the books are all together and you just see like these, you see the white, the yellow, the black and the red. And it's like, and right off the bat, it's like, you could just tell. It's like, okay, so I know which books. If anyone asks, oh, what's this here? Grab the white one. So I thought that was like, that was pretty cool to do. So I'm looking forward to putting together these sketchbooks and offering them up on the campaign as well, because there was one more House of Bob book. Technically, that was the first House of Bob book. When I had my Patreon for House of Bob, I was releasing. The idea was to release as a yearbook. Of some of the pieces in there, but the idea was that these were clean versions of the Patreon images. So I figured it's like, you know what, I have the sketchbook, but these are the clean versions, so that's going to be a yellow book. Because that's going to be kind of like the PG-13. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm not showing anything, but depending on how you look at fetish art, it could be kind of racy anyway. So that's going to be the yellow. That's going to be the yellow book. So again, if I can get these books done, proofed and done by the next campaign, I'll probably offer them up there. So you'll be able to get like a whole stack of sketchbooks in one campaign, and I'm really excited for that. So like I said, House of Bob, Mondo Bondo, the campaign launches August 19th. The link is in the show notes and in the chat as well. So it's on pre-launch right now. So you just click the link so that you get notified the second it goes live. So we're going to have fun with that. The other thing that I was up to is that I don't remember where I left off when we last spoke 2 weeks ago, but I am currently on issue 15 of Eagle Raven Air the First Unicorn. I am penciling and lettering it, and I am on the last issue. I am penciling the last issue. And I've been adding the pages as I've been going along. It's like, I know I must have shown this thing a billion times already, but I really enjoy seeing this book grow. I just got to be careful. There's a couple of scenes in here that I definitely cannot show on YouTube. So so I added a bunch of new pages because I finished I finished some really a big scene in issue 15, one of many. And issue 15, this is good. That's not only is it going to be the last issue, but it's going to be probably the most epic issue I have drawn. Thank you, George. Thank you. Yeah. I'm still kind of, a little, I don't know, a feeling a way about it, I've only had this book in my head for like 20 something years. And I think I must have done more work on this series since 2021 than I ever did in the entirety of this shit being in my brain. So the fact that I'm on the last issue, I mean, I still have a way to go, because like I said, if I'm going to do the last issue, I'm going to make it I'm going to go out with a bang. And so far, the issue is about 48 pages. My usual issues are 32. I think one of them came out to 34. One issue came out to 34, but this one is going to be a 48-page book. And like I said, the scenes in this issue is epic. Oh, hey, Lou. Hey. hello. So I still have a way to go, but yeah, the thought that I'm in literally the last leg of doing this issue. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I was talking to Nita about it, and it's like the book has me in such a way. George says, love that you have those single pages like that. Do you look through them consistently as you finish pages? Yeah, I'm constantly looking through it, because even though I'm working in Clip Studio Paint and it shows me the layout, Clip Studio even has an option for me to see a 3D version of the book. Like I could flip pages like it was it was like a bound book. But there's something about seeing it physically like this that kind of makes it real for me. Also, it really does allow me to see the book, kind of like get a sense on how the pages work with each other as you're looking at it in a physical, that I can't seem to get just looking at a digital file. There's something about seeing it printed, even in this rough form, even in pencils, that it's just, I don't know, like I said, it makes it more real for me, and it just helps me visualize it better as to how the book is coming together, pretty much. I mean, honestly, it's like I have the cover for he said, George says, the issue is that with me, I'd constantly be making changes to it. You'd have to take it away from me. No, I think the story is pretty solid for me. There's a couple of scenes that I ended up changing from the script to the pencils. There's a couple of, like, I had like very particular filled out, spelled out scene, and then by the time it came to pencil it, I go, you know what, there's a better way to do this, and then that's where I made my changes. But once I had it on the paper, had it printed out, pretty much that's how it's like. There's a couple of panels that I might change, but not anything like drastic. It's just, just tightening up some stuff, or maybe like changing the position of a character. Like, oh, maybe I like this angle better. But the idea of me doing this is lots of splashes on this one. Yes. Definitely lots of splash pages. Like, I finally figured out how to do the splash pages correctly so that they fall correctly in the digital file. So yeah, I've been doing a whole bunch of those. And it's like, holy crap. Like, sometimes I wonder why I'm doing this to myself, but at the same time, it's like future me is going to hate this. Future me is going to hate inking this. Because it's like, let me put it to like this. I am drawing the equivalent of the Battle of Helm's Deep in this book. It's like, it's a combination of the Battle of Helm's Deep and the Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones. It's like, when you make a change, do you reprint the page and add it to those pages? Depends. There are some pages that I had made changes to, but it was mostly to dialogue, and depending on how much they bothered me, I would print them out. Yeah, I would replace. It depends. But the thing is that, like, there's some pages like early on that I ended up changing the dialogue later, but I figured, like, you know what? It's so far behind that the only pages that I'm reprinting if I make changes is in issue 15. So like the other ones, it's like, okay, they're done until I get back to them, because I'm going to have to, that's kind of like what, that's kind of like what my inspiration, part of my inspiration is coming from HR. I've been looking at a lot of like these splash pages from Jack Kirby, from the Conan books, from, like a whole bunch of places. And yeah, and I've just been like, because like I said, it's like this is the final issue. If I'm going to be epic anywhere, this is where I'm going to be epic. So yeah, so that's yeah, I still have a way to go. But yeah, here's the funny thing though. I literally did the last scene of the book. I jumped ahead because I had a very specific last scene. And I wanted it to fall on very specific pages so that when you turn the pages, they open correctly, like they reveal themselves correctly. So I did those pages, except for the very last one, page 48. It's the page that literally has the V end in the corner, and it's like, out of principle, I am saving drawing that page for last. Out of principle, I cannot. It's like no, I think it's unfair to like draw the last page before the rest of the book is done, and it's like no. I think out of principle, that last page has to literally be the last page. I know what's going to go on it. I know what it looks like because technically I have it sketched out already, but I am making some changes to it. But in terms of what it's going to look like, but I have like my reference laid out and everything. But yes, HR, it is the masterpiece. Yes, it is. And I know what it looks like. I know what I'm going to draw out on it, but it has to be the last page. And no other page can come after it. If I do the last page, that is the last page. And yeah, so that's going to be fun when I finally get to it. But here's the ironic thing. Issue 15 probably is not going to see print on Kickstarter until 2026. So even though the book will be finished, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, it's not the end of it. I still gotta circle back, and I gotta start inking and coloring everything, and that's gonna take a bit. So, it's like the process still continues, but at least the layouts, the pencils, I think that's the hardest part for me. That'll be done. So that when I finally do go back and start inking, I'm not putting in as much mental thought into it because I'm just inking my stuff. Okay, I don't have to think about layouts. I don't have to think about, the dialogue's going to fit in the word balloons or anything. No, all that is done. It's all planned out. Now it's just finishing it. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. So speaking of epic, right? We have the Neverending cover right here. So like I said, this is the cover that I have in the corner right here, right here. I can never get the angle right. This is the cover to Tall Tales, Tears to the Mother, Volume 1. That's the campaign that comes after House of Bob. So yeah, it would help if I would finish this eventually, right? So let me just switch it over. All right, so yeah, so I know that for if you've been watching my show for the past for the last couple of episodes that I've been live streaming, you've seen this many times already. It's I'm calling it the never ending cover. It's like, Tall Tales is a completely different book from Ego Raven, a literal cast of thousands, several story arcs happening simultaneously. And this storyline, this story arc is no different. So this is pretty much the layout of the cover that I'm putting together. But it's like, and if you remember the last one, I did pencil out this character right here. I just haven't inked it in yet. But the thing is, I figured today we do something a little different. Thank you, HR. Yeah, no, I'm liking the way it's coming out. Like I said, speaking of epic, you like epic. This is going to be epic. So if you remember on a previous show, I was talking about the saga of considering buying a new laptop, right? So I was talking about um, wanting to either pick up a new laptop, which would be a Surface Pro, or buying a large format, a 24-inch Cintiq. Was it 24 or 27? I don't remember which one. Because they're about the same price. Either I buy the laptop or I buy the new Cintiq, right? But in the end, I figured that a laptop would be. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Waldo is in there somewhere. I swear to God. So so what happens is I have a laptop already, but the mistake that I made with it is that I bought the lowest end of the series of laptops because it was the least expensive. I think at the time it cost me like $500, right? And it worked at the time. But the problem is that now the laptop is that the processor can't handle anything stronger than Word for Windows. And even then it's like I have to have Grammarly closed, because just having Grammarly, like something that constantly goes on the internet, keeps it lags up the laptop. So so it was very difficult to work on unless I was keeping it very, very simple. So so forget using Photoshop, forget using all these other more complicated programs on it, right? So I knew that eventually I was going to have to need something portable, because it's like if I go somewhere, even if I just wanted to work in, like, say, the living room or something, I don't have anything portable, and a laptop is going to have to be it. I don't like Apple products, so even though I was kind of leaning towards an iPad for a bit, I decided to scrap the whole thing, because in the end I really don't like Apple. I don't, it's like, and I'd rather stick with a PC, even as a laptop, that's running Windows. I know it already. I know all the programs that work on it, so I don't have to use anything special on it. But I haven't gotten it yet. I'm still, like I said, it's like, it's a little, it's about like $2,000, actually, no, to about $2,500 to get the laptop and the stuff that goes with it. Like the keyboard and the Surface Pen, and because I have a Surface Pen already, but everyone recommends, if you buy the new Surface, to get the upgraded model because it works better. It feels more like you're using a Wacom pen. So what happened, right? So what happened is, so I have the Adobe Suite, right? But so on the Adobe, if you get the Adobe Suite, you can only use it on 2 computers, right? So I figured, I'll use it on, my main computer and whatever laptop that I get. Well, Jose updated his computer. And what happened was that the older version of Photoshop that he was using became incompatible with his new computer. So I had to put Jose on my account. So now I don't have a second option for the Adobe Suite. So if I get a laptop, I either have to buy a new subscription to Photoshop, or I could just learn how to use Clip Studio Paint completely, so that I can just use Clip Studio Paint on my laptop and not have to worry about having Photoshop on my laptop. So that was like a long way around just to say that it's like, okay, we're back to Clip Studio Paint. So the idea today, so instead of like continuing like drawing the last character on it, or like inking the last character, I decided, like, you know what? With this in mind, what I want to do is let's try to color in Clip Studio Paint to kind of like get a feel for like how different it might be between using Clip Studio and Photoshop. Now, so far, from what I've noticed, it's almost identical. So what I did, so the first thing that I did is, like, if over here, if you see in this corner right here where I'm circling the cursor, right? I was able to upload my specialty swatches, the swatches that I use specifically for EGORAVEN, right? Because it has the lavender color that I use for shading. So I was able to load that up from I was able to import it from Photoshop. So I have my swatches here. So technically there's nothing that should keep me from coloring in Clip Studio Paint. So how I did this cover, right, is that every character is a separate layer. So and also they're a full character. So even if they're behind another character, they're the full character. Because the idea that I had was that I wanted to be able to use these characters separate. There's yeah, that's I don't know if there was a plug-in Adobe setting as much as I could just transfer over like Adobe. I could use, I think I could bring over Adobe brushes and color and the color swatches, which I did. So that's what I did. And technically I have, this is a Photoshop file that I opened in Clip Studio Paint. So technically, Clip Studio, this should work. You know, it's like it's just kind of like getting used to the I guess like whatever's specific to Clip Studio. So what I did was I decided to take one of the characters. So this is Pandora. So as you can see, I did the full figure because like I said, I want to be able to use these pieces as, you know, just separate things. Yeah, that's what I finished. Yeah, Lou says that's the beauty of digital, lots of options for reusing your own images. Yeah, exactly. Saves a lot of time, you know? And so I have the full version here. So the idea is when I color it in, I just plop it where she's supposed to go and, you know, and slowly build up the cover, coloring the cover that way. Where before, you know, when I was working traditionally, I would like draw out the entire color, a cover, ink the entire cover, and then bring it in and just color it, and you know that's it. And then if I wanted to take a piece of it, I would have to cut it out and manually fill out the yeah. But you know what? There are some days, you know, paper, scissors, and glue there is very satisfying to work with. Um, there are just days that it's like if I work in digital a little too much, I really have this craving to work traditionally. So yeah, it all balances out. It all balances out from digital to to traditional. So okay, so we're gonna try coloring in this piece the same way if I was coloring in Photoshop. Because like I said, if I get that laptop or when I get that laptop and I just have Clip Studio Paint on it, I don't have the option to switch between Photoshop. So I might as well just force myself to finally learn this part of Clip Studio Paint so that I don't have to worry about it. So you know, I could just take my oh, Lou says I agree, I'm still traditional at heart. Yeah, me too, me too. So at least with this way, you know, if I have my laptop, I can still work without having to worry about, oh, I don't have Adobe, I don't have this, I don't have that. So okay, so all right, so what we have here, so as you can see, it's like I have the chainmail on a separate layer, right? So okay, so let's see, so let's get the music started so we can kind of set the mood here, kind of like you know, I mean, it's like as always, if like I have the music low in my headset, but if it sounds like I'm competing with um with the music, just tell me and I'll lower the volume. So okay, so all right, so I have all right, so I have this. All right, so we have that and we have this, right? So already I'm seeing a problem. Already I'm seeing a problem. So let's see. So I'm assuming if we just okay, I'm going to need kind of okay, so let's all right. So Okay. All right. How am I going to do this? So, okay. So let me put in a new layer. Let's kind of suss this out first. All right. So what I'm going to do, let's let's go over here. Let's go over here. So I have my lavender color set up. I'm going to take the lasso tool, right? And I'm going to start this the way I usually start. Um, I usually start my shading, right? So we're gonna like trace out the area. We're going to put um, this lavender color, right? Right, and it's on this layer. So, okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, now I'm going to fill it with the color, right? So here, okay, so this is where the problem starts, right? Now, okay. Hmm. The thing is though, can you see if does it show up on the black? I don't see it. Okay, all right. Maybe we can work with this. Because in Photoshop, right, what I usually do is I work underneath the layers, right? So that the black outline is on top of the is on top of everything, right? So now, what if I were to take? Okay, so this is that's the chainmail. Okay, let's blank out the chainmail for a bit. All right, so what if I were to take this and I was going to make, so let's put this up here. Right now, the other option is to make this a multiply layer so that technically it's just the outline, right? Um, okay, let's kind of continue and see where this goes, right? So yeah, so right now we're just going to put in the rest of the shading. Okay, so we're gonna put that, right? Okay, I know that there's probably a way to shut off that menu that keeps popping up, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. It's kind of like not that big of a deal. Okay, so all right, so technically these are okay. So let's just test something here. Okay, so I'm going to put another layer in because technically this is where my color, my flats would go, right? So let's hypothetically, right, let's just go back to, all right, let me just see what happens if hold on. What if, okay, so if I were to do, okay, so if this is multiply, right? Okay, so what if I were just do this normal, right? And then, okay, what if, okay, so let's take this here. I want to see if, okay, so let's say we fill it in, right? That looks horrible. Okay, so maybe, okay, so that's what I'm thinking. So what if, Okay, so we have that, right? Oh, okay, so let me see how that looks. Okay, it looks like it. All right, it looks like it bleeds correctly. I don't have any white doohickeys here. Um, okay, so all right, let's see. So what if so if this so say that this is our multiply level, right? Um okay, hold on. Let's just say hypothetically, right? Let's see. I use multiply layers for adding the shading. Yeah, that. Oh, yeah. So I have this. Okay, so I have this on a multiply layer, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the main. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're doing a fill, and I'm going to take. Okay, so that's looking like it's working. The only thing though is that I have to like fill in those individual spots, like like little things like this, as opposed to just the way I was doing it before. I was just separate. You know what? Let me start over. Let's okay, let's okay. All right. All right. So, okay, so I have this now. Okay. Now, how there has to be an easier way to separate the blacks from okay, so what if okay. I kind of yeah, it's like because like I said, this is what I mean about learning Clip Studio Paint because like I know what Photoshop could do for me, but I don't know yet how Clip Studio can do it. So let me look under select. Select okay, quick let's see. Well, quick mask. What is that? What is that? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Let me just cut that out. Oh, Lou uses Procreate. Yeah. So okay. So what if okay, because it doesn't select all the black. So hold on. So let's hold on. So let's okay, select. Okay, select. What is this? Collect select. Does this thing have channels? If this thing had channels, I could probably work on it. What is okay? So what is this? This is new layer, create layer mask, delete layer. No. So let's go. Let's select this color gamut thing. What is this? Okay, so it looks like it's going to select all the black, right? Okay. All right. So let okay. So what if poof, what no no. Oh, so all right. What if okay, so we select the black. What if I were to copy and then bring it here and then okay. I mean, it looks like it worked. Um I mean, it looks like it worked, right? I mean, it just needs a little cleanup, but I think that you know, All right. Well, okay. So, all right. Okay. I think we got what I'm looking for here, right? So then what we want is now I want a white, like it's going to be, okay, so let's go back to our swatches here. So now there's going to be, oh, okay, let's select here, all the open spots here. Okay, now I'm going to inverse. Wrong layer, and there, right? Okay, so okay, so far so good. Uh oh, oh, you tried Procreate HR or you tried Clip Studio? No. Okay, so all right, so far we have the base that I usually work with, right? So now I can put in the shading using the multiply layer, right? So now I'm going to make my multiply layer. I'm going to take my purple, right? And okay, let me just save this, because also the good thing is that if this screws up, I still have my original in this folder right here. So we're good. We're good. We're good. So, okay. So now I should be able to shade this in normally, you know, without having to worry without it. So it should be identical now. Oh, so if we do that, right. So now this is pretty much how I was working in Photoshop. So let me just clean up some of these. Okay. I mean, yeah, let me just clean some of these up. Why is, oh, mechanical pencil. I do not want mechanical pencil. I want the felt. Okay. Right, so, okay. These are obviously all the bits that I miss when I'm inking. No, it's not that bad. Okay, so let's just start. Let's just start here for now. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to our lasso. Go back to our multiply layer, and let's just see if we can kind of just keep going. Okay. All right, I think this might be working. I don't even know what a gamut is, to tell you the truth. I don't even know what that is. Um, Colleen Duran had posted a recent newsletter where she was talking about like all the setting, like when she colors in when she colors digitally, like how her the way her process is completely optimized for offset printing, for I guess professional printing. Um, and and she was talking about like all these settings and calibrations, and and it's like making sure her monitor was calibrated to the printer that was going to get used, and just like way too much stuff. And when I read that, I was like, I'm really glad that I tried not to be that fussy. Um, oh, that's not it. Like I'm trying, it's like I try not to be that fussy with my work, or at least I don't have a need to be fussy. Um, I've worked in print, and it's like, yes, I understand the difference between RGB and CMYK, but unless you're insisting on using very specific colors that can't be read in CMYK, and that you absolutely need those colors, um I don't know. It's like I just never had an issue with how my work worked, like looked between CMYK and color, like pretty much how I color my stuff is kind of how it ends up printing. Like I don't ever remember a situation where I received like something printed, and it's like, oh, I should have done this differently. It's like, oh, the setting on the printer is wrong, or something like that. Like maybe at worst, maybe something might come out like a little darker, but printers are always going, they always print 10% darker. Professional printers print about 10% darker anyway. So yeah, if you are doing like a dark piece, you want to make sure you adjust for that. But my stuff is usually so bright, and like the colors are very, oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I keep hitting the Photoshop short key. Um like my colors that I like to use are so bright that um or like very cartoony, and it's like I've never had a problem with the color swapping out. So so I just like was like going, oh, so she's talking about gamuts and all this stuff. I have no idea what any of that means, the actual technical terms. Like even when I was working in print, it never got to a point where I had to know these things, because in the end we usually had, like my last job, we had a person who would do all that type of touch-ups, um specifically for that. So it wasn't really my, like my position to know that stuff, so I didn't, you know um my specialty is in digital print, or it was, in digital printing. So it's like, when you're using the equivalent of a giant Xerox machine, you don't, I mean, you can adjust the colors, but it's never going to be accurate the way it is on offset, if you use offset. um like, oh, I keep using the shortcut from Photoshop, and it doesn't work here. That's something else here. Um, you know, yeah. So far, it's looking identical to what I usually work on. Hold on, let me see something here. So let's see. I just want to like look at the image resolution. Okay, it's still 600 DPI, 9 by 12. So yeah, so it'll be fine. I mean, it doesn't look like I lost any of my line art, so technically it should be working, right? I mean, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's like you can adjust RGB settings, but because of the nature of the machines, it'll change which with each printing. It's not like it's not a digital machine doesn't keep its consistency the way an offset machine does. Um, so yeah, so in the end, it's like I just never felt a need to get like super fussy with like, oh, this color's not right, or it's like, oh, I have to spend 8 hours with a printer, to make sure that my print settings, my print comes, the colors come out correct or something. Because I've seen videos of artists like doing that at like they go to their local print shop and they will stay there. Yeah, sometimes it's a whole day affair just printing out sample print after sample print after sample print until it's like, oh yeah, these are the settings, this is what I want, right? and and I'm like, no, I mean, I'm okay with close enough. Yeah. Like I really am. I'm okay with close enough. So on another thing, right, with working on the last issue of Eagle Raven is that the closer I get to the ending, the more I find myself really looking forward to working on Tall Tales for a little bit. It's like I have been working nonstop on Eagle Raven since like the beginning of the year. Um, like really trying to get these pencils done. It's like I'm kind of it's like I had an initial schedule, and it's like, I'm like a month behind technically. Technically, this month was where I was supposed to finish 15 last month, but it didn't work out. But it's like, as long as I have all my pencils done by the end of the year, I'm good. That's really, it's like I gave myself enough of a leeway. Um, so um but yeah, so I've been working like nonstop penciling this book pretty much, and I am like, look, I love working on Eagle Raven. I love the characters. There's going to be more, you know, after this is done, but I guess like the intensity of finishing this story, like I said, it's been in my head for 20 years, if not more. And just being able to finally purge it, from my head. Like the more I finished these pages, like with each issue, it was like a section opened up in my head, you know? And so it's like, so with each issue, it's like I had more space in my brain, right? And now that it's like, and with each page, it's like another section is empty. It's like, oh, it's like emptying out rooms almost, you know, like everyone's moving out finally. And I especially felt that when I did the final pages, because I really wanted that layout, very particular layout. And once I finished that, because technically that was like the last major scene that I had drawn out, that sketched out, um, from I think like 2021, 2020, that I sketched it out. It's like, okay, this is how I want the book to end. And you know, and once I finished that, it was like a larger room in my head emptied out. Like it's like, oh, I don't have to think about that scene anymore. You know, that scene's been in my head for like all these years. Now I don't have to think about it anymore. And it's just like kind of like a weird feeling. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. We have this. So you know, but it's like now it's like I kind of want different people living in there for a little bit before I get back to Eagle Raven, because it's like, so like I said, because after this, it's like, so I'm going to pencil Tall Tales, you know, 7 and 8 for this story arc. And then I go back to, okay, now it's time to ink and color Eagle Raven issue 9. And then it's just like issue 9 and then Tall Tales issue 7, because I don't like to run consecutive Kickstarters for the same title. You know, I like to alternate between titles. Uh, Lou says, I have a few art pieces sitting up in my brain that need to vacate. I totally get what you're at. Yeah, yeah. It's like, okay, you've lived there long enough. Time to go. Time to go. Okay, so this one, all right, so now I have to use this gray so that I can do the sword here. You know, so it's like, so Tall Tales, yeah, it's just going to be nice to just get back to Tall Tales, because it's like, look, no matter what, drawing straight furries is so much easier for me than drawing people, than drawing humans. So that just turns into like, although not for nothing, the practice that Eagle Raven is still giving me. I mean, I'm Tall Tales. These last 2 issues of Tall Tales are going to probably look a little different than, not too much, but there's going to be something different that I'm sure is going to be noticeable when I start working on them. Also, again, these last 2 issues of Tall Tales are also a bit on the epic side. Again, we have some more Helm's Deep splashes coming in on that one, on that book. And, you know, at least now, like before, I felt really intimidated. And now I feel very ready. It's like, okay, I've done enough battle scenes in Eagle Raven to like look at Tall Tales as like, okay, I got you. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So it's given me a little bit more confidence to finish the book the way I want to. So, you know, there's that benefit, you know. You know, and also it's like, you know, going back to drawing Ravenwood and everybody, you know, on on the regular, like, because it's like that's going to be like another 2-3 months worth of work, doing those 2 issues. So I'm going to be hanging out with those characters for a while, and then it's like, and like I said, it's like, and then it's like I have to alternate. So it's like, so the idea is that for next year, I put out issue 9, Eagle Raven issue 9, Tall Tales issue 7, Eagle Raven issue 10, and then Tall Tales issue 8, right? And then Eagle Raven, what comes after 10? 11. Issue 11, and then the second volume to Tall Tales, right? So we're gonna, because we put out the next 2 issues, and then that means we can complete the issue 2, and then probably, and then Eagle Raven issue 12, right? And then maybe I could fit in another House of Bob sketchbook in there, and then in 2026 I could, finish off the rest of the series. Like 2026 is probably where you're going to see like the consecutive issues, because now it's like the build up to the final volume, right? So I think it's like we're going to start 2020. I have it written down. I have that schedule written down. So, so there's still a lot of work to be done. It's just that it's nice to finally have, so at least once it's penciled, it's out of my head. And it's the same thing with Tall Tales. And then it's like, hold on. And then it's like, and then it's like, depending on when Jose gives me the last story arc to Tall Tales, right? That it depends on, like, because what I'd really like, because he's saying that that story arc might be another 12 issues, like, to finish off the series. And again, I don't want to make the same mistake on that last story arc that I did with the first story arc for Tall Tales, which is take 20 years to do 20 issues. And it's like, nah, that's not an option anymore. That's not an option. So at least, so depending on when he gives it to me, the idea is I want to pencil out, to tell you the truth, it's like I probably want to pencil out those 12 issues in 1 year. Just so that, again, I can have like, okay, this is done. Now I can focus on the inks, and because it's just inks, I don't know, or maybe by that point we'll be coloring it. Who knows, and then we'll be releasing. Actually, it would make sense, but to just get into color, but okay, so all right, so we have the base shading down, right? So now what I want to do is I want to put, now the next layer that I want to put down is our highlights. And let's see, so maybe, okay, so let's see, lighten, add glow, overlay, brightness. Are we looking at brightness? Might be brightness, because I think in Photoshop it's called lightness, lightning or something, lightness. So let me look at that. Let's see. So we're going to use, okay, so we're going to go back, and okay, so I'm going to use my lighter lavender for this, because the regular lavender doesn't work very well on lighter colors. I have to actually go brighter. So let's take a look here. Okay, so all right, so let's go back to our lasso. So yeah, so that's kind of like the idea that I have. Okay, yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay, good. All right, so let me just, all right, that's okay. Is depending on what, like when he gives me those scripts, that I just want to spend a year penciling the entire thing out and then release it, I mean, it depends. It's like so it's like while other books are releasing, I'm working on Tall Tales, and then after that, well, I mean, in the meantime of that, I see myself also putting, already like putting out the Eagle Raven novel, the sequel, you know, yeah, because it's like we have the novelization, and then we have the novel sequel, and then depending on just what work is done, depending, like there's a couple of stories, but there's like I have a couple of outlines for the next novels after that, but one of them is more complete than the others. Like I kind of have a more of an idea from one, and I don't know. It's like and the thing is, so now it's like, before I was like, oh, it has to be a novel because I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw everything out. But I think with like the let me see. No, I think this needs the regular one. I think depending on like what still needs to be done, or like how much time I have, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning. There's one particular Eagle Raven story. I'm kind of leaning on drawing it out, on doing a comic for that particular story. Maybe instead of doing individual issues, just go straight into a graphic novel. I'm not really sure. I haven't really decided yet. Like I said, that really depends on the mood. Damn. Because the story itself can work either way. There's nothing really specific about it that, it needs to be a comic, it needs to be a novelization. It's not like Cult of the Wolf Witch, which is the Eagle Raven sequel. Could I have done that as a comic? Yeah, but I don't think I'd be telling the story that I want, because it's like the story kind of changes slightly, whether it's a comic or a novel. But like I said, it kind of depends on my mood. For that particular story, I'm kind of committed to doing it as a novel, an illustrated novel. But the other story that I want to do, you know what, it's like HR. Yeah, I am kind of leaning, the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning more towards a graphic novel. Like I said, instead of like doing individual issues, like do a graphic, just go straight into the graphic. It depends. Like I said, it depends, yeah, like a movie. I mean, and the thing is, this is kind of, yeah, this particular story is kind of like more like a movie. Because it's like the premise of the story is that Eagle Raven is stalked by two lords from another from another kingdom, and the both of them happen to be serial killers. Because I had to like combine two great tastes, two of my interests, two great tastes that go great together. So, and I think that story would work better as a graphic novel. But like I said, I haven't decided yet. I have to get there first. I don't want to think too far ahead on this. I mean, I still have other things, like, in the meantime. But yeah, but that's kind of like the idea that I'm thinking of, right? And then it's like, that's not even counting the fact that, it's like I want to put together an Eagle Raven, like I want to put together the omnibuses for Eagle Raven, do a tankobon version of it, so that maybe I can kind of like get into anime shows and have that as an option, It's like, okay, it's like, it's like, you like manga, I have a manga version, a manga format of my book. um you know yeah, so there's still plenty of things to worry about before I have to worry about whether, oh, do I do this as a comic or do I do this as a novel? you know oh, it's like with more small panels, inserts on a huge splash. It's like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those are, yeah, you know what, I think I'm probably going to do more of those on Tall Tales, on the next Tall Tales books. um because I do like the way those look. I really do. So, because there's something very old school about it. Um, yeah. So, like I said, especially since I figured out how to do the splash, how to print the splash pages correctly, so they line up and everything. And then it's like, okay, so now I have the options to do the splash pages and the smaller panels, in it. As I kind of like play around more with layout. I'm kind of doing that in the 15th issue, in issue 15. Um, oh, Frank Miller's 300. Yeah, I think I remember that. I remember I read that a long time ago. I would have to go back and look. Um, but yeah, that's I think that's yeah. So I've been kind of like experimenting with that with issue 15, but definitely that's something I see more in Tall Tales, especially with the ground battle scenes that I'm still kind of not looking forward to, but at least now I know how to like do them properly and like how to do them without spending way too much time on them. So yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Let's see. So I okay, so far this has pretty much been identical to almost identical to working in Photoshop. So when I do get that Surface Pro and I only have Clip Studio to work on, I don't see myself having that much of a problem with it. I mean, it's like Clip Studio was supposed to be a Photoshop replacement anyway. So, um, I mean, the interesting part is that would I get rid of Adobe Suite if I got like proficient enough in Clip Studio? And honestly, that answer is no. Um, because I still prefer Illustrator to do the lettering, to do lettering. It's I'm learning my lettering from Nate Pecos. I have his book here, The Essential Guide, and he just works in Illustrator, and that's where I'm kind of like using, so I would still rather use Illustrator. So I would have to keep the Adobe Suite anyway. Also, for audiobooks, they have a program called Audition that I'm really liking. So again, if I'm going to keep um the Adobe Suite, right? Yeah, it's because it's not only Photoshop that I use. And also it's like if there's any program that I really should learn how to use, it's Premiere. Oh, hello, Hassan. Hello there. Um, yeah, it's Adobe Premiere. That's their video editing software. So, that one I should probably learn, because there's a lot of stuff in After Effects that I would like to learn how to do as well, because you can do kind of, I mean, you can do animation in, oh, did I forget something here? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Like, I know you can do animation in Clip Studio, which again technically should make this kind of, but I'm talking about like video editing, and and special effects in Premiere, because I do have a program that I pay extra for, and it's probably something that if I did become proficient in Premiere enough, I could get rid of that subscription. So it kind of like, it's like the other way around. Um so yeah, so okay, so let's see. So what do I got here? Where is this? Okay, there we go. So okay, so technically, all right, so technically I have all my important layers done. So now it's just putting in the flats, right? So we're going to go back to our layer. Okay, so let me just save this, right? So this is where it's all going to like come together, right? When I start putting in the colors, right? I'm probably going to have to grab a previous image, because her color, I have to get her actual colors. Let's see. Okay, so we're on the flats layer now. Okay. Okay. All right, now we're going to okay. It was this one. All right, so far, okay, so far so good. All right. Okay, so let me go get, let me see, what could I use open? Let me see. I think, I mean, technically we could use the cover for issue 6. So let's open this up. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so this was the cover. This is, I think, the first. Thank you, Hassan. It matches the ambiance. So this is the first cover that I colored using that whole layer, the whole multiply layer technique. I mean, if I were to do it again, there's a couple of things I would have done differently. I mean, this is back in 2020 that I colored this. A couple of things I would have done differently, but it's like sometimes you just have to not. It's like sometimes you just have to settle for good enough and then move on, and then whatever improvements you're going to do, you do it on the next piece. Or else you're just going to end up fussing on the same piece over and over and over again, and it's like you're not really going to get anywhere. Frazetta was infamous for this. He would literally tinker with his paintings, even long after they're long published, they're long iconic. Like the printed version of Death Dealer, right? One of his most famous paintings, right? The original printed version of Death Dealer, I don't think looks anything like the actual painting that exists now. People who have gone to the Frazetta Museum, they have said that the painting has like like the oils on it are like that thick on it. And Lou says his wife had to lock the museum. Yeah, because he kept tinkering with everything, right? So, and like he was constantly messing with the paintings, and it's like, yeah, so it's like, so it's like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I mean, it's like, yeah, he's Frazetta, but it's like, oh, he destroyed some iconic paintings. Yeah, because there comes a point where you hit that point of no return, right? Especially on something physical like an oil painting, because I could only imagine that it's like, oh yeah, it looked better before. Right? That's not what you want to hear when he's looking at after tinkering with Daphne. It's like, oh yeah, it looked better before. Like, no, you don't. Yeah, it's like, no. That even Frazetta, they had to tell him to stop doing it. So there comes a point where thank goodness the eyedropper tool is the same. I just did it without thinking, and it's like, the girl on the horse on the beach. That is such a nice one. And what happened? He ruined the thing. I love that piece. That particular one, it's gorgeous. I mean, and that's saying a lot for a Frazetta piece. Like it's like to say that a Frazetta piece is gorgeous is like, okay, which one? It doesn't narrow it down. But so yeah, so that's something that, unless it's something really, really, like when I did my trade covers, right? I went back and I re-inked the pieces and I recolored the pieces, but I think the integrity of the pieces themselves I didn't touch. Especially considering that they were digital anyway. So, I did, so it's like, I knew my coloring style had changed since I did those first covers for the trades. Yeah, Lou is saying some of the originals in the art print don't exist as they look at the time of the print. Yeah, I believe that. Like I said, not even Death Dealer. It looks different now than it did when it was first painted. So I didn't think, so it's like, yeah, so that was just, and it just looked better. That I knew for sure that just by recoloring it and touching up the inking, that it would look better. Like that I knew for sure. And that's exactly what happens. Those are like the inks, like the piece themselves on the covers of the Tall Tales trades, they're the exact same ones when I first printed the trade paperbacks, what, in 2000? It's like 2010, I think. No, I think 2010. I would have to look at the dates on them, right? It's the exact same artwork, but it's just tidied up and the colors are better. The coloring's better on it. And so that I didn't, I didn't regret the time spent updating, right? But a cover like the one that I just showed, I don't really have a reason to redo it. Like I was thinking about doing that when we reissued all issues 1 through 6. Well, 6 was the new one, but issues 1 through 5. Like I was thinking of going back and tinkering with the covers. And then I just decided, it's like, you know what? Yeah, HR says, I'm in the Toth minimalism. One line too much is fatal. It can ruin the magic. I've simplified my style tremendously, especially over the last several years, because it's like, yeah, sometimes a cleaner, like it's just cleaner is just nicer looking, and it takes the color better. So it's like you don't have the color competing with the line art, and it's also what I found too is that it made myself coloring my work a lot easier by cleaning the lines. So what did I do here? Oh, okay. So we know that that doesn't work. Okay. It doesn't. I'm sure there must be a setting. Hold on. Here we go. I'm sure there must be a setting where it'll stay within the lines, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, yeah, so sometimes you just have to make the decision as to whether, like, is the tinkering really doing anything worthwhile? Are you just, kind of like fussing and wasting your time? And especially at the point that I'm in now, I don't like wasting my time. So so if I don't have to do it, I don't. So so the covers, right? So the issues 1 through 6 for Tears of the Mother, the new story arc for Tall Tales, right? It's like I thought about going back and recoloring them and retinkering them, and then I decided, it's like, you know what? It's like once the 2 trades come out, it's not like we're going to be reprinting them anyway, like the individual issues. Once the 2 trades are out, that's it. You're not going to be able to get the individual issues anymore. So if that's the case, why should I waste my time fussing with them? I think they're fine as is. Sure, are there things that I wish I did differently? Sure, but also there are things that I really have no reason to fix. So just leave it like that. Okay, so I think that this is working out the way that the way I wanted. It's like, let's see. So let's get this. Okay, let's get that color. And okay, good. Yeah, I just want to make sure that for a split second I thought, I was on the wrong layer. So let's see. So I know that there's. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I know that there's a setting. Wait, hold on. Let me see. That it doesn't overlap. It doesn't fill in the next color. It just treats it as a shape, but I'll look that up later. I mean, right now we could just do it like this. There we go. Okay, so let me just go fix this, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that setting because it's little things like this that's annoying. Okay, there we go. But it works out. Okay, so there we go. So we're on the right track. You see, oh, I lost my other colors. Okay, let's kind of go back here. Okay, so we're going to have to. Oh, it's the other option. Okay, so now, right, there we go. Now that should work. I'm on the right layer, yeah. Okay. Okay. So there. Okay. So now, yeah, it's coming together, right? Let's see. Let me look under the fill here. Tolerance 80. Maybe if I lower the tolerance, maybe to what, like 30%? Maybe that'll keep it from overlapping other colors. We'll see. Okay, so let's go here. Let's continue. All right, so let's find out whether it's the tolerance. So I'm going to outline here. And then I'm just going to do this. Okay, so if it's the tolerance, it shouldn't fill up the rest of that. So let's see. No. Okay, so it's not the tolerance. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay. All right, so there we go. Oh, this is coming out pretty. This is coming out pretty. Let's see. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, that's the lasso. Okay, let me look at the fill. Let me see. Refer to other layers. Close and fill. I would have to see. I know it's probably one of these. Oh, paint unfilled area. Maybe. Hold on. Let me see something. Let's see. No, that's not it. Let's see. Refer only to editing layer. Nope. Refer to other layers. Nope. Close and fill. Nope. Okay, I think before it was on that. Apply to connected pixels only. Close gap. Tolerance. Area scaling. Refer? Refer to what? All layers, reference layers, selected layer, layer and full. No. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do fills where it doesn't, like it just, because I mean Photoshop can do it, obviously. So Clip Studio has to do this somehow. Okay, so let's get that. Oh, okay. You know what? I think I have a tutorial somewhere in my saved folder where it's how to do flats in Clip Studio. So I'm gonna have to refer to that. Because honestly, it's like if I had done this in Photoshop, I'd be done by now. But that's not the point of this, right? It's to kind of like get a feel for coloring in Clip Studio, you know, and then okay. All right. So, hey, Mr. Fish, hello. Hello. Oh, so you must be really good at it then, you know, because it's like I'm okay with Clip Studio. I mean, I love it for inking, and sketching definitely, but yeah, I'm still kind of just getting the hang of it for everything else. And you know, it seems it's like, yeah, I just have to, yeah, just kind of practice more, you know. I mean, I don't even know any of like all the fancy stuff or anything. It's like I figure it's like, you know what? Let me just figure this out as as a way for me to kind of imitate what I do in Photoshop. And then once I get the hang of it, then I can kind of work my way up. Sped up your colors so fast, huh? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm just, yeah, like I said, I'm used to coloring in Photoshop. Like I said, if I was coloring in Photoshop, this would have been done already. But, you know, I want to, you know, finally figure out how to do this so that I don't have to depend on two programs to do one piece. Um, let's see. So I think, okay, I think her gloves and her boots are the same color, if I remember correctly. So just to show you how long it's been. Oh, excuse me, since I've done this. Because I know that there's autofill. There's this, yeah, there. But I don't know if that'll since I'm working under the layer. Yeah, I guess it's like I would have to like refer to the, yeah, there's a tutorial I have to that I think I have saved. Okay. Oh, I forgot her tail. Okay. Well, I mean, we're almost there with this one as well. So let's see now to get that. Okay. Oh, then I think this. Then let's see. Paint bucket. Mr. Fish is saying paint bucket tool is your best friend. Set your line art to a reference layer. Then you can paint bucket fill most of that, and we'll fill up to the lines. And okay. So all right. So let's So let me shut that off. So set this to a reference layer. Okay, hold on. Set as reference layer. Okay, the little lighthouse, right? Okay, so okay, set as reference layer. All right, and then okay, yeah, I got the reference at the little lighthouse. Okay, so I'm back on my flats. So now, okay, so let me get this gray color. So if I take the bucket, no. Oh, that didn't. Oh, wait. So I guess how on your line art layer? Okay, so I got that. Right. So the fill. Okay, so here refer to other layers. Right. Okay. Refer to reference layer. No. Am I doing it backwards? Because all I wanted to do is because I'm assuming that it should be using like the outline. Refer only to editing layer. Okay, no, that's not working. All right, and then refer to other layers. No, that doesn't work either. Close and fill. Oh, no? Huh. Apply to... Okay, so... okay. Do I have to link them? The two layers? Well, like I said, I still have like a whole bunch of tutorials that... didn't know you had flats already. Set them to reference. Okay. So let me shut that off. Okay, so all right. So so set the flat layer to reference. Okay. Set them to reference. Then you can use select color gamut and select the blocks of color from your flat layer. Okay. Select. Yeah, we did the gamut here. No. We want select color gamut. The green. Oh, right. Because it's okay. So, okay. Is that what I wanted? Oh, I see. It's okay. So it's selecting all of the green, right? So, okay. So let's see. So I don't want. Okay, I don't want it to select this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right. So let's see. So we're close. We're close. Okay. So now, okay, let me just get this. And well, I'm almost done here. I'm almost done here, Mr. Fish. But I will definitely take you up on your offer. On the next on the next live stream. Oh, okay. So okay. Select color. Oh. Hey. Okay, I think okay, we got okay. All right, so now let me just take that, this. Okay. I know there's probably a way to. There we go. There we go. So okay, we have the flats. We have it. Now, here's the trick, right? So here's the next thing, right? I figure let's completely finish this just to get so here, right? I have all right, so here I have my chainmail, right? But I want the chainmail to be a different color, right? So all right, so if I choose that, right? So technically, I guess it's like, hold on, if we do select color gamut, right? So we're gonna hit gamut. What a word, right? So if we do that, right? So technically, I should be able to hold on. Let me get this color, right? And then oh, okay. Oh, it's not a clean fill, is it? So hold on. Let's see. So I know that. Okay, so what if I were just to do this and that? No. Select color. What does that do? Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. I see. Okay, I see your thing. Okay, hold on. Let me just. Okay, so let me cancel that. Okay. All right. So. All right. So layer properties panel above. Okay. So here, right? Layer property above the layer panel has a layer color that will change everything in that layer to a different color. Okay. So layer property. Layer reference draft. Is it here? Wait, expression color? No. Extract line, tone, layer color. Ah! But it's blue. Hold on. How do I change it to. No. So, oh, here. Here. So, how do I choose the color that I want? Hold on. Okay, so let me set layer color. Wait. How do I just choose a color? You can okay, click the blue box. Right. Okay, so I'm clicking, but okay, hold on. Let me it doesn't just pick the color that's automatically here. Okay. Layer color. Okay, so we're gonna okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at how easy that was. Look at that. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, right? So let's put here. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you, Mr. Fish and Rue. Look at that. I think the only thing that I'm missing, where's my brightness, right, is the white highlights here. So let's just put those in. See this is why I love my chat. Look at that. Look at that. Look at you walking me through this stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's basically so it's the bucket that I have to click to get the select the color that I want. That right. So that's because the one thing that I found in Clip Studio that I absolutely love and use all the time is the Control B that turns everything blue. It might be that. It might be just me activating that layer that layer color thing, because I just love that. I do pencils and then I hit make it blue, and then I'm penciling on top of that like as an underlayer, and it's just like, oh, I love that. I love that. It just makes it so easy, especially when how your pencil sometimes gets a little too messy, but you still want to work with it, so it's like, yeah, so turning it into the blue line, thing of beauty. Been using that all the time. Oh my goodness. Is this a first? Well, it's not a first, but I think we did it. I think this is came out exactly. Let's see. Are you inking in vector layers? Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm. I don't know. It's like I haven't. Yeah, I was recommended a lot to do vector layers, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. Step at a time. Because yeah, it's like I hear that the vector layers, it's like it gives like a really smooth line, and and you can do all sorts of things, and you can enlarge it without it affecting anything. But I'm not at that point yet. Okay, so let me just fix one more thing, and then I think that we can call this done. And I think we can call this done. I think so. So let me just save that. Oh, is it just inking it and that's it? It's that easy? Oh, okay. Because I think I hear vector and I think Illustrator, and then I get hives. I break out in hives. Because God knows that there are certain things I would like to vectorize without having to use Illustrator. That's for sure. But so here we are. So here we are, a little bit over the 2-hour mark. But I think that the experiment was a success. Oh, but you can still change and move them like vector shapes. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I said, I'll try that next step. That'll be the next step. But but yeah, I think that we're pretty much done with this. Hold on, let me just add a little bit. Let me just noodle a little bit more. Let me see. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to get back to that. But yeah, but I think we got it, right? I think that kind of gives me a sense of what I'm supposed to do here. And it's like, so it should be a little bit easier. I guess I just have to keep going with all the rest of the characters, and it should get easier as we go along. So. But yeah, I think that that really where did the pen go? Oh, that worked out. So okay, so that's another hurdle in Clip Studio Paint for me. So, it's like, okay, we got the penciling down, we got the inking down. Now we're slowly moving into the color part, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So let me just fix this. So there we go. Okay. that was going to bother me. So, okay. All right. Okay, so did I save that? Okay, so all right. So I don't need to save this. No, I don't need to save that. And okay, we can close this now. And so there we go. Character 1 out of a 20 character cover, or whatever how many characters are on that cover. But I like it. I think I mean, in the end, it's pretty much how it would have looked if I did it in Photoshop. But at least, let's get, at least it's more getting more comfortable in Clip Studio Paint. That was the whole point of this exercise. So, and I'm glad that you are all here with me. So, oh my goodness, that was exciting. Look at that. We actually finished it and everything. So now it's just to move on to the rest of the characters. But thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you so much, Mr. Fish, for your 2 cents in this economy. Lou says, I can't wait for you to color Waldo. Yeah, I know, right? He's in there somewhere. But yeah, so you know what? I think we could chalk this up as a very successful episode. I meant to color in Clip Studio. Oh, hey, Hoy, hello. There's always more work to do. I wanted to get a little bit more into Clip Studio Paint. We got the first color piece done. I'm very pleased with it. Now it's just to move on to the rest of the characters and just kind of like get the hang of it. So like I said, when I decide to spend an ungodly amount of money on a new Surface Pro as opposed to an old one, because I don't own a Surface anything. So when I decide to spend that money on a Surface Pro, I'd be able to put Clip Studio on it with no problem, and be able to have a portable setup that I could just do the never-ending work without having to worry about Adobe. Oh my goodness, ad blocker. Why do you keep popping up in the middle of a show? So that's so we went a little bit over. Thank you everybody in the chat for joining me and keeping me company. Like I said, thank you especially Mr. Fish and Rue for helping me through that last that last bit that I needed. Right? Oh, you use the Surface Pro, Mr. Fish. Yeah, that's what? That's I really don't like Apple products. But you know what? But I'm glad that at least, okay, so if you're using a Surface Pro, we should be good. It should be good. So, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining me in the chat, keeping me company and helping me through this, getting through this piece. And yes, I see you, my beautiful eyeball people watching me from regions beyond. Thank you so much for also keeping me company, even though you guys are the strong, silent type. I know you're there. I know you're there. You're working along with me, listening to me ramble and trying to figure this stuff out. We're figuring stuff out together. So thank you so much for joining me as well. So let's see. So where's my stuff here? Where's me stuff? So poof. And poof. I really got to change that, because it's like I really don't use Twitter and Instagram anymore. So it's like I got to change that out to Substack and Kara, because those are the two those are the two platforms that I use to replace Twitter and Instagram. So I'm liking Kara so far. I like the way that it's just a nice, quiet portfolio that I could just send people to if I need to, without, in case like the website gets a little too overwhelming. So it's like, okay, here's my portfolio. So I got to switch those out. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today on this Clip Studio Paint adventure. Oh my goodness. And if you want to learn more about me and my artwork, go ahead and check out my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook. Right here, Facebook. If you are interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress, and any live updates I may have, at any given time, it all ends up on Facebook first. And remember that you can also check me out here on YouTube on both my channel at Daphne Lage Art and the Indie Comics Network for all my videos and semi-weekly art live streams like this one. Almost every Wednesday. So if you want to catch this stream again, maybe not next Wednesday, but I usually try to alternate, so it's usually every alternate Wednesday that I usually do a live stream. So if you missed it, and also if you're catching me on the replay, thank you so much for making it this far as well. Thank you so much for watching wherever and whenever that may be. And remember, what are we remembering? Oh, yes, you can read Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, just like we worked on the show today, you can head on over to the link at Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. And remember, House of Bob is on Kickstarter in pre-launch right now. You can check it out. The link is in the show notes and in the chat as well. Two furry sketchbooks of two furry sketchbooks that I'm sure the more mature reviews will enjoy on Kickstarter right now in pre-launch. The actual campaign launches August 19th. So make sure you sign up for the pre-launch so you get notified when the campaign goes live. Thank you again so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for keeping me company. And I usually have no quippy words, no words from the ancients on this one. But you know what? If the ancients were going to say anything, it'll be better today than you were yesterday, and definitely be better tomorrow than you were today. So I think we can leave it on that. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys on Friday for another episode of the Rage Into the Vlogs show at 11 a.m. Eastern with Nita Lanning. So I'll see you then. Thanks a lot, and talk to you later.
You are all weirdos. Ugh.